Smackdown starts off with a Cody Rhodes promo. He starts off, mentioning the Elimination Chamber, wondering who's going to win to face him at Mania. Then he's mentioned Solo Sikoa, mentioning the attack that Solo did last week. Then you get Drew McIntyre. He comes out and he basically talks about how he tries to help Cody, but Cody constantly refused and ends up saying that he's going to have to remind Cody of who he is. Then you end up getting a little bit of a. It was a short back and forth between Cody and Drew. Then you get Jacob Fatu. He comes out and basically ends up saying that he's going to win the Elimination Chamber and bring back the title back to his family. Drew said a few words and then ends up leaving the ring. Then you end up getting a little stare down, a little back and forth between Cody and Jacob Fatu. Then you're going to begin Solo Sikoa. He pops up on the Titantron, arriving to the arena. Cody was about to go after him, but Jacob stops him, ends up saying that he needs to go after Solo first due to family business. And Cody ends up saying that you could talk to him first, but he would be the last one. He would be the one that gets to Solo last, which ends up playing a factor into the main event. Then we end up getting Naomi versus Chelsea Green for elimination qualifying match. This was very obvious who was going to win this match. It started off shaky at first, but it did pick up towards the end. Naomi picks up the victory. Don't really need to go that in depth on this match, really. It was a fine match. Naomi picks up the victory. She's in the elimination chamber. It only makes sense. Chelsea Green wasn't going to beat Naomi. Plus, Chelsea Green needs to focus on her U.S. championship before she's in an elimination chamber match, if we're being honest, especially with it being so new. Now, after this, we end up getting Sami Zayn. He ends up responding to Kevin Owens from last week. Responding, this is his first response since getting hit with the package pile driver. He ends up saying that it has become a joke of how many times they have turned on each other, but he said this time is different because Kevin Owens actually tried to end his career with the package pile driver, and that he ended up saying that he thought that he was being a good friend, being out there to support Kevin Owens to make sure he was safe, but it turns out that he should have helped. He said it turns out that he should have helped him cheat to win a match instead of just being there just for support. He ends up saying that when he is cleared, he wants to face Kevin Owens. The next time, whenever he's cleared, he wants to face him. Then later in the show, Kevin Owens ends up responding back, ends up saying that all of his friends have betrayed him, Randy, Cody, and Sami, and he ends up saying that whenever he is cleared, well, he didn't say whenever he's cleared. He basically ends up just saying at Elimination Chamber, he wants Sami Zayn, which I can't wait to see how that match plays out, because the story is already set, the amount of history that they have. I can't wait for them to be in the ring cutting amazing promo. I hope that they actually build on this match all the way to WrestleMania. This could even go past WrestleMania, for being honest. But I hope they actually build upon this and actually give them actual segments in the ring going back and forth. Because them two on the microphone giving the reasoning, because they both have good reasonings. Like, you could argue whoever is more right. Like, it's debatable. I kind of lean Kevin Owens, even though the only reason why I kind of lean Kevin Owens in this scenario is mainly due to what he did in the Rumble, helping Roman Reigns. I did mention that the Royal Rumble is a different type of match, but I kind of agree to a degree. It's like you help. It would be different if he helped Jimmy or Jay, but you help Roman of all people. That's where it's like, okay, Kevin Owens kind of has a point. How you gonna lie? Because if you was willing to help Roman, you should have been willing to help Kevin up, your own best friend. But nonetheless, this is going to be an amazing feud. I hope. Well, I doubt that he fumbles this, but who knows? But this should be an amazing feud. I can't wait to see how this plays out. And that match at Elimination Chamber, oh man, that match should be an absolute banger. After this, we end up getting the Bloodline segment. Jacob Fatu finally meets up with Solo. He's been wondering why he hasn't been able to get in contact with Solo. He's wondering what's wrong with Solo. Solo basically ends up saying that after he lost to Roman, after he lost to Ulafala, he wasn't himself. He felt disappointed that he let the family down. But he ends up saying that he's good. He's back to take over. He's ready for them to take over Smackdown, and that it all starts with Jacob bringing back the title back to the family. Jacob was about to leave, but he stops Jacob and ends up saying that he ends up saying that he loves Jacob. Then that's the end of the segment there. Then later, after this, we end up getting Shinsuke. He comes out, cuts a promo, It was very short-lived. He ends up basically saying that he's been waiting for a worthy opponent to face. Then you end up getting LA Knight. He comes out, says a couple words. Then you end up getting The Miz. He comes out. And then he basically ends up mentioning, LA Knight. He's been doing the same tiring old stick for a very long time, and that it's getting old. LA Knight responds back, and he ends up saying that The Miz has been doing the same thing.
I said last week, which tells me you must be watching everything I do. Thank you for that. Appreciate that, first of all.
Wrestlemania, Grand Slam champion, WWE champion, all that. And he ends up saying that all of those things that you always list is the last time he's been relevant. And that he says that he even forgot that he was even on the Smackdown brand. And he ends up saying that everybody's just ready for The Miz to just leave. The Miz starts fake crying. And then as he's fake crying, he ends up mentioning the little promo that LA Knight did last week about saying that it's okay for men to cry. LA Knight responds, ends up saying that he missed the whole point. He ends up saying that, yes, there's a time and a place for men to do that. But he also said that there are times where you could take it too far. And he ends up saying that The Miz and Drew McIntyre are at the top of being the biggest crybabies. Then The Miz ends up saying that the reason why he always lists his accomplishments, lists his accolades, is to show that guys like LA Knight just are not on his level, and that when they retire, that his resume will always stand out. Then he ends up saying that he wants a shot at the U.S. Championship. They was about to brawl. Then you end up getting Nick Aldis. He comes out, makes it the match official, alluding to, I'm assuming, a number one contendership match, most likely.
Looking on as Knight charging in on The Miz. It was Nakamura who said
the victory. Only makes sense. Now I will say this. So then afterwards, they end up having this very awkward, weird stare down between Shinsuke and LA Knight. I know what they was trying to do. It just didn't work. I'm just gonna be honest. They could have been done this. Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I highly doubt that this was always the plan. The reason why is because if this was always the plan, you could have done this so much earlier. Like, we did not need a whack, terrible. I don't even know how long has Shinsuke had the time. He had it since November, if I'm not. Yeah, he won at Survivor Series, so December, January. So about 3 months right now. Okay. We did not need a 3-month Shinsuke reign. You could have done this in 1 month. Like, you could have easily done this the very next month. Like, you could have done everything that LA Knight is doing. You could have just done this with the U.S. Championship on him. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Put the title back on LA Knight. Please get rid of Shinsuke. I don't even want to see him on my TV anymore. I was never the biggest Shinsuke guy, but every time he ends up having some type of resurgence, fans always hype him up. I'm over it. I'm done. I tried to give it a chance. I gave it a chance last year. I did think the stuff wait, am I thinking of it last year if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, I am thinking of last year. No, I'm thinking of 2023. Yeah. I'm thinking of 2023 leading into 2024 when he faced Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. That stuff was good. I will admit that. But after that, it just went downhill, and I'm done. I'm over it, and I'm good on Shinsuke. After this, we ended up getting Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams. This match ended up becoming a thing because R-Truth ended up coming into the barbershop into Melo. Melo ends up apologizing for beating up on Tozawa, but he ends up doing his catchphrase, calling himself him. But R-Truth kept on thinking that he was calling himself Tozawa when he kept on saying that he was him. A little bit confusion between the two. Carmelo thinks that R-Truth is joking around with him. So this makes this match. Melo picks up the victory. Now, even though it's against weak opponents, I'm just glad that at least he's picking up victories, and at least that they're showing us that at least there's a level that they're not willing to go with making him lose. Because if they're going to make him lose to R-Truth and Tozawa, then yeah, he's buried. But clearly they have something in store for him. It's just going to take a while. So whatever that is, we'll just have to wait and see. But at least he's picking up wins. Let's hope that this is playing into a story of him finally getting momentum and then beating, more credible opponents. After this, we end up getting Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. This was actually a really good match. It started off a bit shaky at first, but man, it really picked up. This was a really good match. But towards the end of the match, Candice, I'm sorry, my nose is acting up. Candice LeRae ended up interfering in the match, causing a disqualification. Nia Jax and Candice tried to attack Tiffany Stratton. Then you end up getting Trish Stratus, of all people, trying to come out for the save. Then you get Nia and Candice take out Trish. Then you get them taking out Tiffany Stratton as well. And then afterwards, you're going to be getting Charlotte Flair, who just slowly walks towards the ring. Then she ends up sitting in a chair. Then she starts basically, I can't really describe it. I'm just going to say mocking Tiffany, I guess. I can't really describe it. I can't really describe what she was doing on the microphone. I guess you could say like annoying Tiffany Stratton, I guess. Maybe I can't think of the word right now, but basically she ends up choosing Tiffany Stratton to face at Mania. Okay. I will say this. The way that they did this was very anticlimactic because I don't understand why now she chose Tiffany Stratton. Because what changed between now and a week ago that makes you want to choose Tiffany all of a sudden? And it's the way they did it. Like, I like the way they did it with Jey Uso because he got attacked and then that made sense. This doesn't make sense at all. There's really no reasoning for her to choose her, to be honest. Maybe they explain it next week. I just felt like it was very anticlimactic the way they did it. Also, Trish Stratus helping out Tiffany also doesn't make any sense. Now, here's the thing. I understand Trish Stratus is coming back as a babyface. I get that. And Tiffany Stratton is a babyface right now due to the whole Charlotte Flair thing. The only problem I have with it is that Tiffany Stratton is not your typical babyface. So it wouldn't make sense for Trish Stratus to really help her in this sense. It would be different if Tiffany Stratton was like a Bayley or a Naomi type babyface. But with Tiffany Stratton being the way that she is, it kind of confuses me on why. Now, I understand why they're doing it, just to set up a match at Elimination Chamber, because Tiffany Stratton alluded to them teaming up against Candice and Nia. But that's just me personally. If Tiffany Stratton was a different type of babyface, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But I understand it's just a bypass to Elimination Chamber to lead to Mania. So I understand it, but I was a bit confused. After this, we end up getting Bianca, Naomi, and Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis ends up saying that he has an update on the Jade situation, that he has a video footage of, potentially of who attacked Jade. He ends up showing a clip of what happened after when Jade was getting put in the ambulance and all that. And it shows Liv and Raquel walking to the arena. And Bianca and Naomi are like believing that it's Liv and Raquel and stuff. Now, I'm going to be honest. Now, of course, this is playing into a story. Of course, we know that this is not Triple H saying that it's Liv and Raquel. But yeah, I was very confused. I'm like, this is so stupid. Now, this is of course building towards when Jade returns. But yeah, Naomi and Bianca have to be so stupid. Like, because the clip that they ended up showing happens after Jade got attacked. And it was when she was getting put in the ambulance So Liv and Raquel walking into the arena doesn't really prove anything, but I kind of guess I understand due to Bianca and Naomi being friends and they just want someone to put it on. So I kind of understand it. I'm just hoping that whatever's going on with Jade, they kind of hurry up with it. Now, if she's legit injured, then I hope for a speedy recovery. But if she's not injured and she's just at the Performance Center, they need to hurry up on that. I'm just going to be honest, because I don't understand it. Because if the worry is that she's not ready in ring-wise, you could have just sent her to NXT if that's the case. But we don't know what's going on with Jade, but I hope it hurries up. After this, we end up getting the main event. We end up getting the elimination qualifying match between Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu, and Damian Priest. This is also a really good match. A total car wreck, exactly what I expected out of this. But towards the end of the match, you end up getting Solo Sikoa. He interferes in the match. Then you end up getting Cody Rhodes. He comes out, attacks Solo. They brawl. You get Tama Tonga. He ends up helping out Solo, but Solo accidentally hits the Samoa Spike on Tama Tonga. Then you end up getting a little friction between Solo and Jacob Fatu, teasing a potential WrestleMania match, which I'm assuming that's the angle they're going for. Then you end up getting, I think Damian Priest takes out Solo and, He takes out Jacob Fatu, if I'm not mistaken, Damian Priest. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think Damian Priest was the one who attacked Jacob Fatu. This led to Cody Rhodes hitting the crossroads on Solo Sikoa. Then this leads to a one-on-one match between Braun Strowman and Damian Priest. Damian Priest was able to take advantage and ends up picking the victory, going to Elimination Chamber. As I expected, it looks like they are teasing Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa as the Mania match, as it should be the Mania match. So I'm excited for that. I thought overall this was a really good episode of SmackDown. If SmackDown was more like this for 3 hours, I wouldn't complain as much, but I feel like a big part of that is also due to the elimination qualifying matches. I think those help as well. But overall, this was a really good episode of SmackDown. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, that's it.